Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're reacting to FC Cincinnati versus Toronto FC, MLS 2026, Week 3, Domingo Futbolero. Toronto playing on a Sunday evening. Normal time, but it feels early because we sprung forward. And it's still light right now. With that being said, and hell, by halftime it might still be light. Either way, here we are. Toronto FC versus FC Cincinnati in Cincinnati. No Sargent debut yet. That will happen next week, most likely. He is back in Toronto. Has not moved up into Cincinnati with Toronto FC. And next week's the home opener, yeah? By the way, Toronto has to win. If they want to stay ahead of Montreal, they have to win because Montreal beat Red Bull. So now they're just a -5 because they basically wiped out that. We still have a better goal differential than Montreal, so as long as we win, we'll be ahead of them. Orlando got their shit rocked. Yep. Toronto FC. How we doing, Isaiah? Here we go, boys. Here we go. Starting 11s are as follows. For Cincinnati in goal, we have Roman Celentano. The back three of Hagland. We have Gilberto Flores and Echenique. The midfield five of Brian Ramirez, Obina Nwobodo. We have Gerardo Valenzuela, Pavel Bucha, Miles Robinson. The front two strikers are Kevin Denke and Tom Barlow. For Toronto FC, in goal we have Luka Gavrin. A back three of Benjamin Kuskevich, Walker Zimmerman, Zane Monlouis. The midfield five of Raheem Edwards, Jose Cifuentes, Jordi Mihailovic, Jonathan Osorio, Richie Larea. And up top, Emilio Aristizabal and Daniel Shalhoui, unless Shalhoui is... We're losing even worse than last week. Interim hasn't learned anything. Well, I mean, he's not playing Kobe Franklin. I mean, Cozy and Kobe aren't playing. Etienne isn't playing, so, I mean, I think he actually did learn something. You can't be serious. We're going to lose this week, most likely, yeah. Cincinnati's the better team, but we have Shalhoui, Aristizabal actually finally starting. Raheem Edwards in a 3-5-2. Our back three are three good center backs. Gavrin in goal, we were going to do that anyway. I understand where you're coming from, but that's a little bit of dooming. Like, I can't sit here and say this 11 is worse. Our main problems are all not playing tonight, at least on the bench. Sucks the Sargent isn't there, but what else can you do? Lucid cars are higher quality EVs than Tesla. Okay, I mean, if you're just throwing that out there, I mean, Formula E cars are probably higher quality than Teslas, but, you know. Either way. How we doing, Daniel? Oh, okay. There it is. Missed that context. Yeah. I mean, he just got there, but you think he'd at least be in Cincinnati on the bench. But he's been playing with the Norwich reserves for a month, so maybe he's not match fit, which is basically being injured. And knowing Toronto, if they played him without being match fit, he'll get hurt. So, honestly, I can't totally complain with Sargent not being in the roster squad versus Red Bulls next week. Sargent stuck back in Toronto, couldn't even make the bench. Even if he won use, you could have put him on the bench so he could get used to how Toronto plays and maybe talk to his teammates. Well, it depends on how many times he's been in training past week. Avalanche game earlier, crazy finish. No, I think it looks garbage. I'll watch it if I can find a way to watch it. on a crappy third-party stream, or maybe I'll find a VPN free trial or whatever. I don't know. Cody Rhodes being WWE champion, as I said, if you watch the F1 review I made, I said George Russell's the F1 Cody Rhodes. He's a boring Manchurian candidate who's a complaining loser, who's a whiny bastard. The only thing different about George Russell is he doesn't have stupid blonde hair and a stupid neck tattoo. And he's not world champion yet. No, I'm not looking forward to Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes. Now, if Randy wins, I'll be a little bit happier with it. I like Randy, but I know damn well they're not going to put the title on Randy. Off of Cody? But they let John Cena beat Cody and hold it for 4 months. Yeah, so that was his retirement tour. Why not get him to number 17? What reason does Randy have? What does he? Roman versus Punk, that seems interesting. I'd rather Punk win, but even if he lost, I'm not as totally downbeat about that than Cody and Randy. Rhea Ripley versus Jade. I hope Rhea frickin' buries her. But that match is going to be fucking garbage. Let's see. What else do we have? Stephanie Vaquer versus Liv Morgan. That might be the best match of the 4 world title matches. That's actually interesting. Other than that, what else is there? And Sami Zayn's going to be doing some random shit. Dom doesn't even have the IC title anymore, and he's not going for a world title, so what the hell are we doing? Yeah. I don't know. There's like one really good match that I'm interested in seeing of the 4 world title matches. Roman and Punk might be really good. I don't know. Cody, Randy, it's not going to be that good, and they're probably not going to put the title on Randy, so what's the point? And just because I want Rhea to beat Jade, that match is going to suck. Or Rhea's just going to bury the shit out of her, but it's not a match. That's just a burial. So either way. Jeff Sargent's in the crowd. No, I thought he was in Toronto. Yeah, but I just don't want Cody to be world champion. You could have done it without the belt. Roman Celentano in goal for Cincinnati. Flores, Robinson, Hagland, Ramirez, Nwobodo, Bucha, Echenique, Valenzuela. Bassett had an ankle injury. That's not good. Denke and Barlow for Cincinnati. Toronto's got to win if they want to be above Montreal on the points. Lol. Yeah, Gavrin in goal for Toronto FC. Zane Monley, Walker Zimmerman, Benjamin Kuskevich, the new signing. Raheem Edwards, Jose Cifuentes, Jordi Mihailovic, Jonathan Osorio, Richie Larea, and up top is Daniel Shallowy and Emilio Aristizabal. I see Bailey buddies at the stadium. Wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men, or Bailey buddies. You know what? He was always going to play for the Dominican Republic at least once. I guarantee you when he's like older, he's going to play for Canada when he's near washed. I love Vladdy. I hope he does well. And let's be honest, Canada, they might get out of the group. But it's sad because the World Baseball Classic qualifies for the Olympics. Then again, Vladdy, well, he was born in Canada, so he could play for Canada during the Olympics as well, I would think. I mean, if Eileen Gu could go and perform for China, instead of the USA, I mean, Vladdy could play for Canada in the Olympics. So Not that they give a shit about baseball anyway. The only reason it's there is because it's in the USA. Just like it was in Japan. But either way, yeah, Vladdy will play for Canada one day. I'm sure of it during a World Baseball Classic. It's just going to be like 2 of them from now. Like when he's on the back end of his deal with the Blue Jays after he wins them a World Series or 2, and then on the backswing, he'll play for Canada. But he still might have an amazing performance for Canada because even Vladdy on the backswing still is probably the best player to ever put on a Canadian jersey besides Freddie Freeman. And he still might be better than Freddie Freeman, you know? Never scored a goal at TQL Stadium. Don't think that changes today. Rapids absolutely slammed the Galaxy. Sargent's back in Toronto. So we'll see what happens. Speaking of Canada, they're playing right now in the World Baseball Classics. You know, we'll bring up that game center as well. Please beat Panama. Oh, wait, wrong one. There we go. But yeah, Vladdy will play a World Baseball Classic for Canada one of these days. It's just not this one, and probably not the next one either. Because you could choose, like, but it's the Dominican Republic, and Vladdy's the best first baseman in baseball. The thing that sucks is Freddie Freeman was hurt. He can't play for Canada. He's not there because he had surgery. And the Dodgers said, no, you ain't. Vladdy could have played for Canada. He's better than Josh Naylor. I mean, Josh Naylor is solid. I'm not saying he ain't, but he ain't Vladdy. The playoffs prove that. But it's the Dominican Republic. And who wouldn't want to play for the DR under Albert Pujols? Who wouldn't? Albert Pujols is managing the Dominican Republic this year. Who wouldn't want to play for Albert? All these guys playing for Albert grew up watching Albert be Albert. Okay, I understand. You throw that in there. But I do believe that Vladdy will one day pull a Marcus Stroman. Vladdy will pull a Nolan Arenado and play for his other country. If you notice, Nolan Arenado and Marcus Stroman both played for the USA in previous World Baseball Classics and then played for Puerto Rico after playing for the USA. Stroman played for them in 23. Nolan playing for him now, and Nolan's kind of washed. So, and Stroh was kind of getting washed at that point too. But either way, I love Stroh, but it's true. Either way, I think Vladdy will pull a Stroman / Arenado at some point for the World Baseball Classic. Maybe less washed than them, but you do realize that Canada baseball is about nothing. What's there to talk about? He just got here. He's not there tonight. And he's in Toronto. What's there to talk about? Dude, I'm the one who barely even likes him. I've never thought he was that. He's not that good of a player. The way people act about how Sargent is as a player, no. Especially around me, because, you know, either way. I mean, he's a solid player. He was good at Norwich. He could score goals, but is he a 30-goal scorer in MLS or anywhere for that matter? No. Is he a 15, 20-goal scorer all comps? Yeah. But what's there to talk about? I just hope it works out. I just hope it works out. Who knows? Score prediction, 3-1. 3-1 Cincinnati. Prove me wrong. Thank you. It is a nice one. Yeah, because he's a big signing. Wouldn't have been the striker. Well, you know, I could live with it. But he wouldn't have been the striker I would have signed. But I can live with it. If the pirate is called, I could live with Sargent being there. I just hope he could press. I just hope he could press his ass off. That's all I hope. Show me you can press your ass off, and maybe I'll be more proud. Maybe I'll be more okay with it. Run your ass off. Run your ass into the ground, pressing to the ball. And then I may be less worried about this move. Just saying. Just saying. He won't be ready next week either. Try 2 match days. Right, Ajimong and Pepe all better than Sargent. But all 3 of them are younger. And all 3 of them just went to Europe. Maybe Ricardo Pepe you could bring back over like Sargent was. But I don't even think Pepe is that much better than Sargent. I think they're both frauds. Especially for a European level and the USMNT level. Maybe not for MLS, but they're frauds. Pepe may be a little bit more than Sargent, but, they're suspect to me. Maybe they're better in MLS because MLS, but I feel like that's just a tap-in at this. Well, not a tap-in. It's anything but a tap-in at this point. Just because you get a guy from Europe to go to MLS doesn't mean they'll perform even better than they did at Europe. And he was playing well at Norwich. He should be performing better, about 15, 20 goals a season, all comps, if not more. Alexis De Silva is the center ref, if not more. But here's the thing. MLS is not that league anymore, where you just obviously add maybe 1.5 to your output, times your output by 1.5, and there you go, at least. It's not that league anymore. So we don't know. Maybe if this was 5 years ago, I'd be like, okay, yeah, sure. He was doing well at Norwich when we got him. He should do pretty damn well in MLS, all things considered, even if I didn't think he was that good of a player. Here we are in an era where, I don't know. I don't exactly know, per se. But either way, first time I heard you say, I said it last week, too. Were you not here? I said it last week, too. I was being real. Called a pirate. He left. He went back to Europe. But he was garbage anyway. But I hate to tell you, Brynhildsen was garbage anyway. I don't miss him. And we're about to kick off. I'm glad he's gone. Sargent is better than Brynhildsen, I'll tell you that much. How much? I have no fucking clue. But he's better than Brynhildsen. I'll tell you that much right now, so it can't be his worse. He's better than Sapong as well. Different body type, but he's better than Sapong as well. To both those guys. 0-0. What am I missing? TFC. It's called a jersey. Wright is 27, Sargent is 25. Okay, so my bad. Haji Wright is not as young as Josh Sargent. I've heard Josh Sargent's name for a whole fucking decade at this point, okay? Sorry for me thinking that Josh Sargent is older than Haji Wright. I've been hearing Josh Sargent's name as the savior for a whole fucking decade and a half. He did. Let's not forget that I'm close to where he's from, so that's probably why. And that's probably why I think he's a fraud, because people really blow him up, because of regional loyalties. Ball crossed in, just like Jason Tatum, except Jason Tatum's actually worth the glazing that people gave him. Even though I don't like Jason Tatum, at least Jason Tatum is worth the talk people had about him for ages when he came out from Chaminade. No, at least he's worth it. Josh Sargent, on the other hand, so sorry that I felt like I thought he was older, because I've heard his name for longer than you even have. And I've always thought he was a fraud. This is my hell. This is my hell. Somebody I've been talking shit about for years, or at least being realistic about, depending on how you want to put it, is now playing for my fucking team. This is my hell. And if he's good, it's my hell because I'm wrong. I look wrong. Maybe not to you, but to the people I was like, this guy ain't that fucking good. And people be like, hey, what were you saying? I bet you're happy now. And if he's bad, my team is fucking ass. I don't win. I do not win here. So if he's bad, my team is still fucking ass. If he's good, people are like, I bet you're happy now that you're wrong. And be like, it's MLS. Who gives a fuck? You couldn't do it in Europe. At least not to the level you thought. So I wasn't wrong, but But if you want to say I'm wrong because I was being realistic, this is his level, you dumbass. But you still must be happy. Okay, yeah, I'm happy I'm wrong, but I didn't want to have it rubbed in my face like a dog who shit on the carpet. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. Is a playmaker striker, or does he need someone else to play him the ball in the right position? I think he's more of a playmaker. I think he has more of that body type and that style. He can finish, but I think he's more of a playmaker as well. I mean, of course you need service, but do I think, of course he needs service as well. Cincinnati going forward, 3 minutes in. Enough about that. Pepe is not a fraud. It's Santi. They did. Chelsea, Wrexham wanted it more, and Wrexham were at home. That's about it. Chelsea's garbage. We'll find out if they're fully garbage, because just watch. They're going to have an amazing performance against PSG on Wednesday while I'm watching after this. Just wait. That's just how this shit goes. You won't understand it, but Cincy, 52.6% chance to win. Yeah, he's a good coach, and we're shit. Sargent played in Germany too, so he's got experience. And that was the problem. That's when I was being realistic about him, was when he was at Bremen and not doing a fucking thing. And people were like, oh, look at him, though. I hope you realize when he was in Germany, that was when I was being realistic about him. And being like, dude, he can't score at fucking Bremen. They're in a relegation battle. And he's the savior? Fuck out of here. He's the USMNT savior? He can't score at a relegation threat in Bremen. Get the fuck out of here. He's done better since, I have to admit. Ever since he's got to the championship, he's done better since. But at that moment, that's what I said at the moment. He couldn't score at a relegation threat in Bremen, and they got relegated. They got relegated. So, people were like, oh, he's the savior of the USMNT. Yeah, sure. Is he still the starting striker? Oh, wait, no? Is it Balogun? Oh, okay. Is he the savior anyone? Okay, no. 0-0. Didn't think so. Header. That's out for a free goal kick for Celentano. That was horrible for Toronto. Yeah, I wasn't here. Fair enough. Balogun better than Sargent. They never do, sadly. They never do, or at least ones that last a long time, because the good ones get traded. I've been over this before. No, at least ones that don't last long in Toronto, and if they do, they're shit. Ask Cozy Thompson. Ask Paul Rothrock. He's in Seattle now. You know, he was really good. He could have stayed with Toronto, but they let him go home. He's from Seattle, you know. No. Toronto can't scout for shit. Poor, good crowd here tonight. I hate to tell you, my team is Cincy. Love the colors. Hey, good for you. They do have nice colors. Johan Vasquez is rumored to go to AC Milan after the World Cup. Good for him. Hopefully he does well. Good move. Sargent needs to. Timbers lost our second, but our second team won, so there's a silver lining. Yeah. At least you make the play. As I said to somebody else, at least y'all make the playoffs. We're completely garbage. There's a difference. And we should be better than we are. I mean, we both Portland Timbers and TFC should be better than what we are, but y'all at least make the playoffs. We're garbage, so I'm a little bit more pissed off. That's a good thing. Toronto doesn't, at least of their own build. No, you're not. Has Sargent scored yet? No, he just got here and he's not even on the bench. Fraud. He's not playing. Oh, yeah, no, I also remember Matthew Hoppe, but that was more 2021. That was after I was out of high school. When he was thrown around, and besides, isn't he from, like, Boston or some shit? Like, I know about that before 2021. But, yeah, no, I remember the name Matthew Hoppe. I haven't heard it since 2022. I haven't heard his name since 2022. I remember when he was hot for a minute there. I remember when Matthew Hoppe at Gold Cup 21 and all that, he was the next big thing at striker. Just like everybody else, he wasn't. And now nobody even says his name anymore. Yeah, Streets won't forget, I guess. I still think he did more to USA shirt than Josh Sargent ever has. In the box, even if Streets still remember Josh Sargent, he's still kicking. Honestly, what has happened to him? Shit, I haven't heard his name. And Football Americas doesn't even talk about him anymore. It's like, not exactly before Balogun, and not even when he got committed, but like when frickin', what was it, Haji Wright started pulling around. Speaking of players that, Jordan Seabachu, Jordan Peacock, yeah, what happened to him? At least I still hear, well, I hear his name at least once or twice a year. That's better than Matthew Hoppe. But, God, they went through so many strikers. Man, they went through so many strikers trying to find somebody, and they still haven't. Yes, everybody knows that. I also knew she danced on the roof of a building before. The Canaries lost today to Leeds. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Basically, it's like college football. Texas is good. The Texans suck. What do you mean by that? I mean, St. Louis is a good football city. If that's where you're going, St. Louis is a very good grassroots football city. Yes. I'm not trying to put that against. It is. I mean, then you got City, and you see how good that's doing, at least as a fan base. And the fact there's going to be Olympic football games in 28 played at City Park, so that's awesome. I hope Canada plays there, men or women. Definitely would be nice to. Either way. TFC2 doesn't care about the results. I used to be a season ticket holder, but when they told me they're still learning the basics, don't care about results, I refuse to repurchase. Oh, what do you know? If the Pirate was called, their ethos would change too, let me tell you. I don't care if there has to be a new manager to play the right tactics or change the ethos, but the ethos will be changed. Shallowy plays it forward. Shallowy picks it up. Still with Toronto. Wins. Nope, they don't win the second ball. Or actually, playing forward. Arista's a ball. Arista's a ball. Into Raheem Edwards. Raheem Edwards out for a goal kick. But that was actually a pretty good offensive play by Toronto there. Let's keep doing that. Let's keep doing that. Giacchini. Oh, man. Giacchini. There you go. Velde scored in the playoffs. Velde scored in the playoffs, man. Didn't he score multiple goals last season? I mean, maybe not yet this season, but last season he did. You're acting like he's been there since August and he scored in the playoffs. I remember that one at least. I think either way. Yes, because Philly looks like garbage besides beating Defense Force. They're 0-3 and they beat the shit out of Defense Force. But they haven't won an MLS game yet. Told you Philly would be down in the dumps this year. Told you. Just because you beat Defense Force don't mean shit. No, it's not even worth it. Like, they're both garbage. Like Toronto FC too only had one good year when we were shit. Like you would at least want, here's the thing, you at least want your youth team, reserve team to be good. When you're shit, when your main team is shit, you at least want your reserve team to be good. You know? And they're not. They're about at the same level. Maybe a little bit better. But, like, they're not top of the MLS Next Pro. Like, when we were good, it was okay. Well, it wasn't okay, but at least it was more understandable that TFC2 was bad. Because at least your main team was good. But you want them both to be good either way. But at least you can kind of accept your second team being bad if that means your main team is good, whether that's because players got called up or it's just your team is good. When your first team is bad, you need your second team to be good because you probably, I guess you hope that those second teamers become good first teamers in the end. Header cleared away. And since we don't really have those players, or when we do, we trade them. And normally the draft picks don't really count as tours unless they started at 2. But either way, we need our second team to be good because our first team is shit. In theory, you'd want both to be good at the same time, of course. But, like, at least when your main team is shit, you need your second team to be good. Whether you pull from them after the season is over or you pull them halfway through the season to try to get a spark. Try to make things work. Either way, 3 appearances, 3 matches. Toronto. 3-1 Cincinnati. No defense, no force. Trying his ass off. How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Are you happy Cody won the title back? Fuck no. I wish he didn't. Red Bull fans thought they'd have first place. I don't know what's worse, Montreal winning. Hold on. I don't know if it sucks that Montreal won or if it's hilarious that Michael Bradley lost to Montreal. I don't know the way to think about it. And no free kick. I don't know. That could have been a foul. Either way, 0-0, 15th minute. I don't know. Should I laugh at Michael Bradley for losing to Montreal or should I be mad Montreal won? I don't know how to think about it. I don't know how to think about it. Either way. Lol. Both. Fair enough. How come people like Danhausen now more than their debut? Because they've actually seen his character. And I knew Danhausen was hilarious, but him just walking out with a freaking burlesque dancers and walking out and giving Cole, like, teeth, that's all he did that was funny? No, if you want people to get Danhausen over, you have to see his comedy. And then they did that on Monday and Friday, and people were like, oh, I get it now. I was like, I'm not surprised. That entrance did him no favors. He's supposed to be a comic, not an entrance. He's not Penta. Cross in. Shot! Oh, missed. Either way. I always liked Danhausen. Well, at least Punk's going to main event WrestleMania. So, no. But he might lose to Roman, but either way. Ask Michael Bradley. I'm not the bald one. I'm not the bald club killer. Go ask Michael Bradley. Or Bob, because I'm sure he knows. And that's a free kick for Cincinnati. Zimmerman fouls. Sargent must have been... Oh, God. Oh, no. Either way. Losing 3-0 to Montreal is embarrassing. I agree. Are you going to get WWE 2K27? No, I don't even have a PS5 yet. Well, honestly, let's see if I win that Red Bull F1 simulator thing. Because if I do, then... I barely play video games at this point. I want a PS5. If I get F1 25 on the PS5 or computer depends on if I win that free Red Bull simulator in June or whenever they draw it. Which that's a computer sim, F1 sim, or at least sim rig with a computer and all that. Either way. If not, then I guess PS5. Either way. Danhausen must have put a curse on TFC. I don't even think he had that gimmick by the time we were started to be shit. So, well, good luck, Rislander. Good luck. Saludos, saludos, Argentina, saludos. I hope Randy beats Cody. I hope Randy punts Cody's head off into the stands. I hope. No. Get me AJ Brown and we'll be good. Either way, who do you bet on? Cincinnati. Toronto ain't winning shit. Toronto's actually playing better than I expected, but they're still going to lose this game somehow. So, yeah, Cincinnati. Let's be real. Also, if you haven't bet on Formula One, bet on George Russell to win the World Drivers' Championship because I think we know where this is going. Playing forward. First start, first appearance. Oh, okay. Kuskevich, first appearance. Ay. Toronto might beat Red Bull. No, we won't. I wish we would, but we won't. Playing forward. Shallowy, blocked away. Oh, no, that's going to be worse. I just realized Montreal beating Red Bull. Montreal beating Red Bull is going to be worse when Toronto doesn't win next week. Fuck. Okay. I appreciate that because I don't know anything about F1. Well, I mean, you can learn on this channel because we'll be streaming a lot of the Grand Prix this year. I won't say every one, but a lot of them. We'll be back on Saturday for the Chinese Grand Prix. Or is it Sunday morning? Either way. I think it actually is Sunday morning, yeah. Midnight. Either way. If you have Apple TV, you have F1. So, if you're watching this, you're probably watching the game on Apple TV. You have F1 because the way it works now, you have both. So, you might as well watch it. And if you can learn from anybody, learn from me because I know. Either way. Playing forward, Shallowy. Come on, Daniel. Daniel crosses it. Top of the box and loses it to Cincinnati. Just a step slow. Why not do a WrestleMania stream? Because no. What about NASCAR? I mean, I watch NASCAR. I got into it when I got into F1. I wouldn't say I'm as hyper fixated on NASCAR, but even when I've got more into F1 last year when I got really hyper fixated, we'll put it like that. Yeah. But will I cover NASCAR? Probably not unless Max Verstappen gets in the car on a road course. And it's an open day and, you know, Max Verstappen just says fuck it and goes on an open weekend to a road course in like Chicago or something. Like that'll be fun. SVG and Max Verstappen on a road course, both driving Red Bull cars. Ooh, that'll be interesting. That'll be interesting. IndyCar, I've thought about it a little bit more than I have NASCAR. If Patos gets close to a championship and he pulls a 2025 Lando for a 2026 IndyCar season, I think we'll keep an eye on it because I really like Pato Award. I wish Pato was in F1 with Lando instead of Oscar Piastri. But that'd be a better fan or a better team. I would love to root for both of them. Lando or Pato is my favorite IndyCar driver. NASCAR, I don't really know. I mean, SVG, Connor Zilic. Larson, no. No, you can't say you're a better driver than Max Verstappen and downshift to IndyCar, money shift to IndyCar, and crash. And no, I disrespect. No respect for Larson at all. No way. You're not a better driver than Max Verstappen. Don't. No, you ain't. Don't even delude yourself. I mean, Dale, of course, but Dwight York got fired. Well, that sucks. Blaney won the race today. So, interesting. Okay. Yeah. No. I don't want to be live. I don't want to go live for WrestleMania. Unless, like, COVID. If there's another COVID that makes WrestleMania the only game in town, then I will. Other than that, you're never going to get one. Stop asking. It's more likely I go live for NASCAR or IndyCar than WrestleMania. Again, the only way I'll go live for a WrestleMania is if there's another COVID, that's the only thing I can stream for God knows how long. If COVID happens again, or a thing like COVID happens again, and WrestleMania is the only thing I can stream, that's the only way you're getting it. So if you really want it that bad, you better be rooting for a pandemic. Well, either way. Penguins win. Well, good for them. IndyCar's moving to Markham for the next 5 years. They do renovations near BMO Field. Yeah, I saw that. They're driving in a car park. They're building a circuit inside a car park in Markham. Okay. Man, I can't wait till the streets of Toronto are back. Because it's around BMO Field, you know? The streets of Toronto, IndyCar Grand Prix is around BMO Field. So since they're renovating it, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm interested to see how this turns out. I don't know. Kuskovic got a yellow card? Yes. And I'll laugh when it happens. Yes. But he'll at least get a free transfer in the summer. Yeah, it does. At least for the World Cup. The race is on the road in Markham. Yeah, but again, doesn't it like go through a car park? Like at least a portion of the circuit that they plan going through a car park? Parking lot. So they're doing Tennessee. I mean, there are things. I mean, I've went to Memphis, Nashville, and Sevierville. There's things to do in all three cities or all three places. I mean, I prefer going to Nashville or Sevierville than Memphis at this point, but there are still things to do in Memphis if you know where to go. But Nashville is nice. I mean, you have Broadway, the Opryland Mall, the Grand Ole Opry. Of course, going to football matches. Let's see. Of course, if you want to go to a Titans game, you know, I mean, I wouldn't. Either way. I mean, there are things to do in all three cities. Outside of that, though, I have no knowing. But honestly, why are you not going to any World Cup games? The tickets are too high, too pricey, and just it didn't happen. It just didn't come through unless somebody comps me tickets in the next 2 months. I'll just be here like I was for the Club World Cup. It sucks. I'm just as disappointed as you are. I was hoping at least to get one for the experience, no matter who it was, but that didn't come to pass. So unless, again, somebody comps me tickets, yeah, I'll just be doing every game that I do here. So I'm just as disappointed as you are, really. '28th minute. Understand the feeling. I wish the World Cup was played all in Canada at this point, but Arista's a ball. Shot! Saved. Good save by Celentano. Mihailovic wide. Goal kick. I mean, I still got to cover the tournament. That was a good play. Toronto actually don't look half bad offensively, but we've known that the whole way. It's the defense that's the problem. But the defense have been Infantino's garbage, yeah. Canada's only good for hockey. I mean, they're getting better in football. Defense is looking solid tonight. Well, I can tell you why. Cozy Thompson's not playing. Kobe Franklin's not playing. That's why we look better. What do you know? The three problems we were saying were the problems. The past two games, they're not playing, and we look better. What do you know? Oh, no penalty. All ball. Yeah, they're going to check that on VAR and give a penalty, aren't they? Just wait. Just wait. They're going to check that and give a penalty. Just wait. I know where this is going. Edwards, wow. Good play. Playing forward. Switches the play. Toronto pushing forward. Cifuentes. Shallowy. Daniel Shallowy. It's Daniel Shallowy still playing it forward for Toronto. Up Cifuentes. Yes, we have bad luck. What's going to suck now is if they score and then they pull it back on VAR like, hey, foul on the build-up and penalty for Cincinnati. We really had a chance there. W. Henry Ford. What? Says Sunset. What? Why did that even get brought up? No, the baseballer is Harry. Yeah. Oh. Henry's the car guy. Oh, what? What did you even? Well, I don't know. And Raheem Edwards is down. Yeah, I think the problem is that I don't know. He got all ball. Raheem got all ball there. Yeah, he did. And then he got all ball. Raheem Edwards is down hurt. I think that's the only problem. I agree. How much is Messi making now? Too freaking much. Yeah, that sucks too. I mean, travel costs are still travel costs, but you know. Let's see where this goes. 0-0, 32 minutes. Cities are canceling FanFest 2 because FIFA isn't guaranteeing safety or logistics. What do you know? Yeah, of course. Why do I have a bad feeling that one of these fan fests are going to get... You know what? I have a bad feeling that there's going... I'm going to call it what it is. I guarantee you, I have a bad feeling that one of these fan fests during the World Cup, there's going to be a false flag attack on one of these fan fests. Just you wait that they blame on Iran. Just you wait. Just you wait. Just you wait. I mean, think about it, right? Makes sense. I hope I'm wrong. It's not like I'm saying I do not want to see that happen, but I think we all know. Saved by Gavrin. It's definitely a card to have up their sleeve. And you could say, well, it just may be really... And yeah, possibly Iran could really just do it themselves, and it wouldn't be a false flag. Fair enough, but 50-50, we don't know. Either they get blamed for it or they really did it. It's that simple. Either they really did it as retaliation for the war, or they get blamed for it. So it's 50-50, right? 50-50. And it doesn't exactly matter because it is what it is. "35th minute. Cross in. And besides, I mean, do we not remember Atlanta 96 Olympics? Do we not remember that? I mean, there have been at least attempted terrorist attacks around big sporting events in America before. Atlanta 96. Ring a bell? "36th minute. Just saying. I don't care if you disagree. I'm just saying. If it happens, hate to be... I wouldn't say I told you so, but if it doesn't happen, thank God. That's the way I'll put it. TFC playing forward, lose the ball, Nwobodo. But we'll leave that alone. And here comes TFC. Shallowy on the break. TFC still has the ball. Good. Speaking of, the game's finally starting in Puerto Rico for Canada and Panama. Playing forward. Stays in. It's going to go out. Throw in. 0-0. Italy beat Great Britain. Good. We love that. Oh. Come on, Dusty Baker. Come through. Come on, Dusty Baker's World Baseball Classic team. Come on and win. Come on. Down 1-0. Shit. Third inning. Come on. Dusty Baker, I'll never call you a fraud again if you pull off this win. I'll never, even though he's retired, but either way. Either way. Canada, we're still waiting for them to start the World Baseball Classic. Brazil and Mexico about to start as well. 38th minute, 0-0. Corner for Cincinnati. Edward Sheesh. He's solid left back. He's always been solid. I've always thought Raheem was a solid player. I've always been a fan of Raheem. He's done a damn good job throughout his career. I have no problems with Raheem being back. He's done well since he came back. Cross in. Cleared away. Raheem Edwards might be man of the match so far. I'll agree with that. I'll agree with that. And Osorio's down hurt. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. That sucks. Osorio got, hit in the head by Walker's knee. Damn it. '40th minute. Osorio getting checked. He's going to be able to play. Who reps the East, the NHL this year after the trade deadline? I honestly think the Eastern Conference Finals is going to be Montreal and Carolina. I do. I can't pick between them. Montreal, I think, is the better team, but I think Carolina's the more explosive team. Now, has that worked out for them ever before? No, but if they're going to break their glass ceiling under Brind'Amour, this is the year for them to do it. But it's one of them two. I can argue for both, and I can argue against both, but I'll tell you the Eastern Conference Final is going to be Habs versus Hurricanes. That's where I'm going to go with it. Habs, Hurricanes, Eastern Conference Final. Either of them could win it. I'd lean the Habs. I lean towards the Habs, but it wouldn't shock me if the Hurricanes beat the Habs. No, but it's either or. I think it's either or. Tampa's doing better this year, but I don't think they're unbeatable, at least by the good teams. What's going to be the West matchup? Colorado versus Edmonton. Edmonton will still make the playoffs somehow. I believe it. I don't think the West, at least the Pacific, I don't think, wait. Well, hold on. Let's look at the NHL standings. Okay, hold on. Western Conference. Yeah, Edmonton's in the Pacific. I don't think the Pacific's that good. I think it's a joke. I think Edmonton will come out of the Pacific winning the Pacific. I think the Avalanche will win the Central. And Avalanche versus Edmonton, Western Final, wide. And Avalanche beat the Oilers. That'll give you easily. Buffalo's a wagon. They're beating Tampa right now. Avalanche are beating the Oilers. I'll give you that one right now. The Avalanche will be in the Stanley Cup Final. Whether they're playing the Hurricanes or Habs, I don't know. It's one or the other. I still like the Habs over the Sabres and Lightning. I really do. Header. I think the Habs will get on a good run soon. I really do. Like a hotter run. I think they're going to get hot by the time the playoffs come around. And the Hurricanes are the Hurricanes. But the Avalanche are going to the Stanley Cup. I think they'll beat the Oilers in the Western Conference Final. Yeah, Avalanche are going to the Stanley Cup Final. Hell, whoever they play, they're going to the Stanley Cup Final. The Pacific sucks this year. And the only reason I'm picking the Oilers, they stopped McDavid. So I could pick the Ducks. Cross in. And that probably would make sense. But to go to the final. But I'm picking the Edmonton Oilers because of their history. They'll pick up their socks. 5. Avs in 5. Oilers will get 1. Avs are just too good, though. Avs in 5. Avs in 4 over the Ducks. If it's not the Oilers, Avs in 4. If it's the Oilers, Avs in 5. Oh. I think the Avs are still the Stanley Cup favorites. I do, in general. Do I think the Eastern finalists will put up a better fight than the Oilers? Yes. I still think the Avs win the Stanley Cup, though. I do. I don't see why they wouldn't. I think now, here's where Rory won't like it. If it is Hurricanes versus Habs in the Eastern Conference Final, I think the Hurricanes have a better chance of beating the Avs than the Habs do. I do. The Canadiens might get hotter as this year goes, but I think the Hurricanes are closer to the Avs than the Habs are. I still think the Habs can get there. It's 50-50, but 4 minutes of stoppage time. But it's what happens if they get there. 0-0 first half. Here's a chance. Mihailovic, shot, save, corner. Mihailovic. Cross in. Header. Cleared by Cincinnati. 0-0. 0-0. 0-0. 47th minute. 2 more minutes to go. Echenique down the pitch. just running past everybody. Good. Oh, no. That's out for a throw-in for Cincinnati. Cincinnati, 47th minute. Toronto fighting hard here. Throw in for Cincinnati. Okay. 48th minute, 1 minute to go. Clear it, clear it, clear it. Bounces back Haglund, former Toronto FC man against his former team. Header, wide, corner for Cincinnati. Toronto gets away with that one. Oh, the game started between Panama and Canada. Ball crossed in. Header. Cleared away by Toronto. Not far enough. Echenique. In the final 30 seconds of the half. Can Toronto hold a draw through 45 plus? Mihailovic. Toronto attacking. In through. Chips it back. Shot. Missed. What were they doing? Headed away. Corner. Yes. Corner, and Toronto finished the half by corner. Why is Sargent not playing? He's still in Toronto. He did not travel to this game. And Canada allows a single that turns into a double for Panama to start the game in the World Baseball Classic. Oh, that's a good start. And Larea couldn't bring it home. Corey Perry scored for Tampa. 50th minute. Can Toronto score off the corner? Last kick of the half. Header. Out for halftime. Halftime, it is 0-0. You'll accept that. I think Toronto played a really solid half, all things considered. 0-0. You think you'll play next Saturday? Possibly. I ain't too sure, but I think it's more possible than him playing tonight. Probably 70-30 for yes, at least off the bench. 70-30 off the bench. Probably 50-50 as a starter. 40-60 as a starter, but 70-30 off the bench. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight, be back, 0-0, 45 minutes down. 45 more to go, and Toronto's actually playing pretty well. Can we steal 3 points or steal 1? Stealing any points is stealing points at this point. Kuskevich is my first half star. Him and Raheem, I got to give it to both. They both played very well, though. What do you know? When you actually play worthwhile center backs, you do fine. Or defenders, you do fine. They both did well, though. I have to agree, though. Yeah. Raheem was more flashy. Kuskevich was more up and at him. Or not up and at him. He was more yeoman's work. Right? Raheem was more flashy. But I think they're both, in ways, the stars of the first half. But sit tight and be back. We're back for the stats the half. Here we are. We got 55% possession to 45% possession, 5 shots to 6, 1 shot on goal to 3. We're actually outplaying Cincinnati. I mean, that's not the way I would have put it, but okay. Okay, 195 accurate passes, 87% to 139, 79%, 5 fouls to 7, 4 corners to 5, 5 shots to 6, 1 shot on goal to 3, 225 passes to 177, 87% pass accuracy to 79, 8 throws to 10, 0 offside to 0, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red card to 0, 0-0 at the half. Settle medio tiempo. Toronto actually looks solid. With that being said, I mean, Canada got out of it good. Good. 0-0, bottom 1 for Canada. I think Toronto, they've been solid. I wouldn't say they look like at times they've outplayed Cincinnati. Defensively, they look good. Offensively, they've had their moments. There are a couple you want to be like, hey, maybe they should have put it away. But other than that, if I'm Canada, or I'm Toronto, I should say, if I'm Toronto, I'm happy with the first half. Keep on playing this way and things look good, all things considered, when it comes to this match. They're at least stealing a point. They could steal 3. A point would put them 11th in the Eastern Conference. A win would put them at 9th. A win would put them at 9th because they still don't have as good of a goal differential as DC. But they'd be tied for DC. They would be tied for 8th. They would be sitting 9th with a win. JVR scored for Detroit. Well, good for him. Toronto are sitting 11th as we speak. At least we're not the worst team so far. If they hold on, at least we're sitting 11th with a point. At least we're not Orlando, Atlanta, New England, or Philly. If we could do something here, maybe we could beat Red Bull next week. Because if Montreal could beat them, I think on paper we're better. I think on paper we're better than Montreal. We'll see. Tyler O'Neill on up at bat. Josh Naylor reached for Canada. 1 out. And in play outs. Don't tell me it's a double play. Looks like it was a fly out. Yep, fly out. Okay, so we still have 1 on. Thoughts on CF Montreal's win today? And you know what? Y'all were the better team. Y'all were the better team. Red Bull didn't have it today. Y'all capitalized and you won. It's going to be embarrassing if we lose to Red Bull now. Whether we get a result tonight, we win. If we win tonight and lose to Red Bull, that's going to be embarrassing. If we draw tonight and lose, that's going to be embarrassing because Montreal beat Red Bull. And on paper, I think we're better than Red Bull, or better than Montreal. So, hell, on paper, you know what? I might agree with what I just, either way. I'll see where the second half goes. Or we'll see where the second half of this game goes. If we lose, I guess it is what it is. Either way, it is what it is. Why would Canada be wearing their gray jerseys if they're playing as the home team? That makes no sense. Either way, those supposed to be white. I don't know. Line out. 0-0 after 1 in that game. Second half. Here we go. They said there's more. They said there's more during the Sargent press conference, so I guess there's more. If those fall through, we'll see, but they say there's more. They say there's more, so hard to believe that. Here we go. Well, good for him. Robin Fraser happy with the first half. I mean, I would be too. 2 straight halves allowing a goal. Yeah, we didn't allow one in the second half of the last game either. Okay. Playing forward. Positives. Positives, eh? 45th minute. '45th minute. Do you think Spurs will get relegated? Yes. Yes. Good. Spurs in the mud. Yeah. '47th minute. Playing forward. '47th minute. Playing forward. Mihalovic. Cross in. Saved by Celentano. Toronto's trying. '48th minute. Thoughts on Owusu being better than Sargent? We don't know yet. I mean, he might be. It wouldn't shock me if he is, because that's our luck, right? But can't really say yet. We haven't seen Sargent play in MLS. Do I think Owusu's more likely to be a 20-plus goal striker in MLS, even on a shitty Montreal team? Yeah. Than Sargent is a Toronto, probably shit Toronto team, depending on who the manager is. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. So I guess he is, but so I guess Owusu is better, but play the Leafs on Tuesday? Yeah, we suck. Here's a chance for Toronto. Dumps it. And they're just playing it backwards. Back to Cincinnati, 49th minute. If Cincinnati can't beat Toronto, they ain't beating Tigres. I'll tell you that right now. Offside. I'll tell you that right now. You ain't good enough to beat Tigres. This is their best 11, more or less. And they're not even beating Toronto. Either way. Pescara 4-0 win today. The Great Escape is on. Well, good for them. Did Insigne score? That's out for a throw. '50th minute. He did. Well, good for him. Throw in. Ooh. 50th minute. Blocked. Playing over the top. That's out for a throw in. 50th minute, 0-0. Oh, Toronto beat Dallas. Good. At least when it came to basketball. Toronto FC games are not on TSN anymore. Every so often they are, but they're not all of them, which is weird. Sometimes when there's MLS games that aren't even Canadian games, that pisses me off. And that's out for a corner for Toronto. Insigne is going to save Pescara. Well, good for you. Maybe you learned a lesson using Toronto for money. Corner for Mihailovic. Cross in. Headed away. Leclerc World Drivers' Championship. I hope. Yes. Yes, I did. I hate the George Russell. Oh, Ferrari doing normal Ferrari shit. That's my thoughts. They should have went under the safety car either time. They had time to pit on the second one as well. I mean, there were 3 guys that pit right on the safety car before they closed the pit entry. In through, cleared for Toronto. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. You give that Mercedes clean air, they're going to just blow past you. And they gave Mercedes clean air and they could never catch up. And the tire deg is non-existent at all for these Pirelli tires with these new cars, with all the lifting and coasting and the super clipping and the engine braking and blah, 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 all this. You know, Leclerc should have at least been closer. I don't know about win the race, but Ferrari fucked him. Again, as is usual. And now we have a George Russell World Driver Championship lead. Hopefully, Ferrari does better throughout the rest of the season, and I hope Lando gets in there as well. Let's make this a multi-way title race besides Kimi and George, eh? But if it has to be a Mercedes winner, I hope it's Kimi because I do not want it to be George. But I'm not happy about it, no. Got the viral Japanese Sandos last week from Sando Ichi. They were fire. That's nice. Tell me more about it. Wherever the hell it is. If I go over, I'm going to that place. As you would expect. Leclerc cooked and Ferrari's strategy robbed him. I agree with that. Yep. And Hamilton, too. They robbed both of them. They both should have been on the podium. At least Leclerc got on the podium. I think Raheem's been good. I think he's been very good. I won't say he's turned back the dial, but he's been very good. He's been solid. He's played good football, made good tackles, been where he needs to be. Very happy. Very, very happy with Raheem. I'm happy to see him home. It's not just he returned to return. No, he's home and he's doing well. So, yeah. 55th minute. Over the top. Oh, offside. Cincinnati's starting to knock at the door. I'm getting a little bit worried. Cincinnati's starting to heavily knock at the door. I'm starting to get a little bit worried. Do, 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 do. Five, 4, Kucherov, handball, not offside, handball, okay. They lifted the flag anyway, so playing forward is Toronto. Free kick for TFC. Nwobodo gives it away. 56th minute. Playing forward. Who's your UCL favorite? Realistically, Arsenal. Chelsea might scam it. I could see Chelsea just scamming it. In Dallas. He's doing a pop-up in Denver up until Saturday. Okay, so hope a pop-up in... Okay. So they might pop one up. Okay, I'll keep an eye on it. You have to, like, follow him on Instagram or something. But, yeah. Chicken parm sando and strawberry cream sando. Ooh. One savory, one dessert. Okay. Both those sound good, though. Yeah. Come on, TFC. Headed away. Oh, shot. Caught by Gavrin. There we go. 0-0, 58th minute. Oh, no. Bad giveaway. It just bounces. Goes wide. Here's the best chance for Cincinnati. They got Toronto a bit discombobulated here. 58th minute. Top of the box. Bucha puts it wide. Across. Here it is. Shot over the bar by Obina Nwobodo. 0-0. Notion app. Finally got an app for all my content ideas and planning. No more flooding a note on Notes app. I just use the Notes app. But, either way. Well, I just run my mouth, really. Only thing in my Notes app's my schedule. I really just run my mouth. I have the book, and I have my mouth and my eyes. I have my eyes, I have the book, and I have my mouth. That's all I have. I guess there are some things I have to be playing more, but that's rare. 58th minute. Fair enough. And if there's any really vlogs I want to do, well, I figure that out when those get on my schedule. Speaking of, there is a place that is full of F1 simulators near where I am. And we're going to go to it soon. Header on, cleared. Caught. Gavrin punches it out for a corner. Maybe I will vlog that, or at least put up a little video of me driving the simulator, the F1 simulator. His voice and his comedy. 6-4 lead for Tampa. So we'll see. Maybe that'll happen. I don't know. Driving F1 simulator. We'll see. Maybe I will. Yes, I make money on YouTube. Solid amount. Buffalo scores 6-5. Feel like Ryan's playing is much more linear because it's calendar and event based and a matter of blocking out times each day for the games and maybe some vlogs. Rarely. Playing forward. I could vlog more, but the times that I probably could have was probably good I didn't. So either way, I'm kind of thinking about it though. We go to that F1 sim bar that isn't F1 arcade. It's a local owned one that I just found out about. We go to it. I'm probably gonna vlog it. AKA just me being recorded driving the sim and then giving my thoughts about it. And then maybe a little clip if I eat at a restaurant around there. We'll see. Yeah. Playing forward. That'll be interesting, though. We'll see what happens there. It's not an F1 arcade, like owned by F1 Media and Liberty. It's a local place with like 6 sims, and it has every sim. Like there's a NASCAR sim there as well. But there's a motion F1 simulator motion there and stationary ones. But it's a local owned place that I just found out about because I haven't even had plans of putting an F1 owned F1 arcade around here. There's one in Chicago though, so if I go to Chicago, you see me actually go to F1 arcade. But so there may be a part 2. Who knows? Valenzuela and Barlow off for Gidi and Jabari, but this is a local place that's more speakeasy vibes, which is cool. Which is cool. Which I guess you kind of, I don't know. Do you want the local owned version before you go to the commodified version? I'm not sure. It depends, you know. Either the local owned version is going to ruin the commodified version, or the local owned version is not going to measure up and you're going to be disappointed after the fact. So either way. Can you show us the game? I get a copyright strike if I do. I'll look into that. I don't think they'd want a tripod in that place, but you know. Yeah. And I still just run my mouth. Interesting. I'll look into that. Plan on getting one for my camera and one for my iPhone. I'll look into that. I mean, I still have some money on Amazon on gift cards, so maybe I should look into that. Problem is I got to look into that probably quickly, depending. But either way. Substitutions. Raheem Edwards is off for Toronto FC. For Raheem's had a good game. Apple TV. For Derek Etienne Jr. Oh my God, no! No! What are we doing? No! That's game. $50 would work well on TikTok Shop. 0-0, 65th minute, and I think Fraser just gave the game away. He just put Derek Etienne Jr. in there to play wing back. Oh, God. What? They're not going to play Pineda? They couldn't play Pineda? Foul the other way. He just brought in Derek Etienne Jr. for Raheem Edwards. Oh, Canada leads Panama 1-0 in the World Baseball Classic. Abraham Toro with an RBI double. Otto Lopez came home to score. Canada leads bottom mid-3 before coming up to bat again. Oh, no. Nope. He's not on the bench. I would rather put on Malik Henry. Screw it. I think he's better as a wing player itself, but I'd rather play him than Derek Etienne Jr. Oh, Lord. Robin Fraser, you just done it, haven't you? I can't stand him. You got to pay, though. Well, if you don't, it is what it is then. I don't know how to find it anywhere else but Apple. Apple's damn near Fort Knox. Shot saved by Gavrin. It's a corner for Cincinnati. And Cincinnati's starting to build in. Here we go. Lord. What a save by Gavrin. He's been better tonight, for sure. Damn good save. Damn good save. Toronto defending Shallowy. Blocked away. TFC can run for it. And they don't get there. That was on target too, yeah. Throw in for Cincy. Header. Shot. Blocked. Cleared. Toronto running for it. They're trying to break. They do. Here's a chance for TFC to break. Again, and they haven't really done good with these, but, you know, things are starting. Osorio, 68th minute, 0-0. Toronto's going to steal a point. This is how they do it. And Aristizabal lets it go. Aristizabal lets it go. Playing forward. Kerr should go on, but he doesn't play wing back. He plays striker. So Walker Zimmerman being checked by the medical doctor. Shallowy did a good job and Toronto did nothing about it. Yeah, they haven't really been good on the... Zimmerman has a head injury. Zimmerman is going to come off. He's off. Zimmerman is off. Well, there you go. Who are they bringing on? Lazar Stefanovic. Okay, we like that. We can do that. Lazar coming on for Toronto. They're playing down a man till he does. Lazar Stefanovic coming on for TFC. Because for some reason, well, Monlouis and Kuskevich. Okay, yeah, that makes sense then. Okay, I was like, Lazar coming on. I can live with that. Let's go. Come on, Lazar. Come on. Head injury for Zimmerman. Which, I mean, he already got a knock earlier, but they check on him now and pull him now. Stefanovic for Zimmerman will be the sub. Cleared away. Which I like that. I think Lazar's good center back, and I'd rather have him than frickin'... Oh, nice. Let's go. Nice little chip by Mihailovic to keep it for Toronto. Smart play by Jordy. Smart play. And ran by Echenique, and that's out for a Toronto throw. Richie Lareya brought down. Echenique. Free kick for Toronto. 71st minute. I'm glad there's a stoppage of play because that means Stefanovic could get on. Lazar Stefanovic on for Zimmerman. Lazar Stefanovic. Free kick for Toronto. I mean, I'd get a 10th. Okay, there we go. 17 for 29. DeAndre Kerr for Aristizabal is the sub. DeAndre Kerr for Aristizabal is the sub. They're also going to make the sub for Stefanovic and Zimmerman. Stefanovic on for Zimmerman. Aristizabal and Zimmerman off for Stefanovic and Kerr. Okay. That's 3 subs, 1 more window. You really got nobody else to put on, except maybe Malik Henry. I'd love to see Alonso, but we'll see. Free kick for Toronto. Header. High, angled, brought down, and will be cleared by Cincinnati. And Echenique will race with it. 72 minutes. And a free kick for Cincinnati. Cifuentes. Yeah, yellow card. Yeah, that was a little bit too much, Jose. Too much. Too much. Free kick for Cincinnati. Chivas former manager Oscar Garcia is now taking over at Ajax. Managing Ajax. Okay. Speaking of, it is 1-0 Canada. Evander coming on for Cincinnati. There is Evander. Evander for Cincinnati. Coming on for Echenique. Whew! 74th minute. Playing forward. Can Toronto press? How we doing, Hans? How we doing? Playing forward. '75th minute. Playing forward, Toronto, Cifuentes. Salud, salud. Mihailovic, tackle, 75th minute. Ball out for a throw. Playing forward. Ooh. Steps through, blocked away. 77th minute. Over the top, caught by Gavrin. 0-0 still for Toronto FC. Very good performance. This is a positive. Almost 3 straight halves without allowing a goal. And not scoring one, but you take it where you can get it. '77th minute. Toronto surviving with a point on the road. Cincinnati will play Tigres on the midweek, and that's out for a throw. So, I got to say, if Cincinnati can't beat Toronto, they can't beat Tigres. I'm going to be real. They're going to play on March 13th or March 12th. March 12th, my bad. March 12th in CONCACAF against Tigres. March 19th, their return leg in Mexico, but they're playing at home. So they don't have to travel after this match. That's the good news. Over the bar, out for a goal kick. The good news for Cincinnati themselves is they don't have to travel after this match. They play the first leg in Cincinnati. Then they travel to Boston, Foxborough to play New England. And then they travel to Mexico to play Tigres for the second leg. Then they will host Montreal after that. And then international break. So we're playing Cincinnati right before their Champs Cup tie, and they went full throttle for the most part. But if they can't beat Toronto, I don't see them beating Tigres. Tigres is better than Toronto. And Toronto is 7-6 Tampa. I'm not saying work in Cincinnati, but Toronto is definitely well played tonight. They look pretty damn good tonight, all things considered. It's going to suck losing 1-0. Hey, they surprised me. Playing forward. They surprised me, I'll tell you that right now. 79th minute. It is 1-0 Canada against Panama in the 4th inning. Playing forward. Etienne loses the ball. Evander's right there to play it. Cifuentes trying to get it back. Fly out, 1 out. Header. Pumps it through. Playing forward. Cross in. Header. Kerr. Caught by Celentano. Goal kick. 80th minute. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Toronto drawing 0-0. Oh no. Am I that behind? Well, that sucks. 80th minute. Cincinnati, I guess they just scored. Cleared away. Out for a throw. Or no, Toronto fouled. Or that was a troll. 81st minute. Yellow card. No, that was a troll. Yellow card for Hagland. Still might be behind, but, you know. '81st minute. Over the top. Brought down, caught. What is going on? 7-7 Buffalo. Jesus Christ. What a game that is going on over there. Robinson is down. Playing forward. Oh, they did not get that tackle there. 82nd minute. No foul on Toronto. Osorio. '82 minutes. Top of the box. Mihailovic. Covered. Chipped over. Caught by Celentano. Not a bad game. Is it the best? No. Is it horrible? No. I think it is what it is. Toronto, solid performance. Cincinnati weren't really up to it. Either they're looking forward to Tigres or we're just outplaying them for the most part. Man, I thought Cincinnati would beat our ass. Didn't happen. 83rd minute. So that's positive. Even if we lost at this point, you know. I mean, you want the point, but 83rd minute. You want the point. I'm not saying you don't, but even now, unless somehow they score like 3 in like 5 minutes, you know. Playing forward, DeAndre Kerr onside. DeAndre. What a run. DeAndre saved. Saved, and it's a corner for Toronto. What a shot, DeAndre, but Celentano makes the save. I thought that was going in, man. I thought that was going in. Man, I thought that was blocked. It was a corner. Well, I mean, the goalie touched it anyway. Miles Robinson, no. Yeah, Miles Robinson puts a foot in. Saved. It didn't go through cleanly, that is for sure. DeAndre Kerr, what a shot, boy. What a shot. Saved by Celentano, corner from Mihailovic. 84th minute. What if they scored from a corner? They won't. But 84th. '84th minute. Mihailovic cross. Punched right to Celentano. Toronto still has it. Plays forward. Osorio. Chips through. Header. Saved. Goal kick for Celentano. DeAndre, not powerful enough. Larea. Turns around, passes it. No, he passes it to himself pretty much. Nice play. Onside, Toronto. Here's a chance. Shot. Goal! Goal for Daniel Shallowy. What am I talking about? Let's go. Hold on. There we go. Boom. Goal for Daniel Shallowy. 1-0. Boom. On the break. Daniel Shallowy. Instantly. Boom. 1-0 TFC. Daniel Shallowy. His first TFC goal. Wait. Hold on. He took the shot that got tapped in the first game. Yeah. By Etienne. Yeah. Daniel Shallowy's first TFC goal. And it might be 3 points. Yeah, baby. Let's go. On the break. What a run. Daniel Shallowy. Cool as you like. Ice in his veins. Daniel Shallowy. Let's go. DS20, baby. He's on. Oh no. Is he offside? No, don't tell me he's offside. It's tight. But what a shot. I think he's good. Daniel Shallowy, hold on. Hold the hell on now. 87th minute. He's onside. Okay. It counts. When is the next live? Tuesday. Champions Cup. Corners. The corners were, hold on. So far, wait, let's watch this play. Cross in. Our luck. They're going to score. Out for corner. No, throw in for Cincy. So it is 6 corners for Cincinnati, 7 for Toronto. Hagelin kept him on. Hey, thank you. Let's go. Former Toronto man. Hagelin kept him on. Lovely. 87th minute. Can Toronto pick up their first win of the year? And would that put him above Montreal? Ryan, congratulations. Hey, wait. No. Hagelin and Flores for Hideby and Smith. Let's not do that yet. We're above Montreal with a win because we have better goal differential and 1 win. We both have 1 win. We have better goal differential. -3. So, hold on. We're above them. Saw the goal from Daniel Shallowy. DS20, baby. This is what I wanted. Yes. Get his jersey. Comes in yesterday and he scores. What might be our first 3 points of the season. We got to hold on. Tobias time's going to happen. I have a bad feeling. Gavin gets it. 88th minute. No Tobias time. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. Let's not do this. 88th minute. Honestly, we deserve these 3 points. I don't know what the Cincinnati keeper thought right there, but you guys were looking scary in transition. I mean, we had some really good breaks this game. We really should have scored more off the break. They pissed away a lot of breakaways. Like 10, it feels like. Their 11th breakaway or whatever it was, they get the goal. They could have scored like 3 goals against the run of play tonight. Let's be real. If not more. It wasn't 10 breakaways, but it feels like it. But they could have scored at least 3 goals against the run of play. Like, that shouldn't have been the only one. 89th minute. Celentano and Hagelin both at fault. Yeah. Free kick or throw in for Toronto with less than a minute to go before stoppage time. Ooh. 0-1. And Mbomadem coming on for Cincinnati. Mbomadem coming on for Cincinnati for Ramirez. Mm-hmm. And that's their fifth sub. Wait. They've used 5 subs already. It must have been a concussion sub. I guess. Playing forward. Into the 90th. Cross in. Just get it out. Kick the damn thing. Out for a Cincinnati throw. Just let it go up the line a little bit. 90th minute. How much stoppage time? And Coelho's coming on for Mihailovic. Jordy Mihailovic off for Alonso Coelho. 4 subs for Toronto. I could see it. Yeah. I mean, they're using it too much. I mean, they're using it a lot. So, yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. 90th minute. How much stoppage time? 0-1. Toronto is minutes away from their first victory of the season if they don't do no stupid shit. It's Toronto. 7 minutes of stoppage time. The longest 7 minutes of my life. '91st minute, 6 to go. The longer they go, the longer the time that's on the table, the more they'll fuck it up. That's out for a corner. Evander kind of quiet. He just came on. Buffalo first in the Atlantic. I mean, I want Evander to be quiet here. He was quiet versus Miami. Cross in. Punch. Gavrin. Oh. 82 or 92 minutes. Closing him down from range. Headed away. Evander over the bar. Goal kick. Buffalo just 1-8-7. And Evander took a freaking hit. No, it's a free kick. It's a free kick for Cincinnati. Oh, come on. That's bullshit. Free kick for Cincinnati. Right up at the box. Oh Lord. We're gonna allow a goal off the free kick. I hate to say it. I feel like that's bullshit. That may have been a mistake. Which part? The ref or us? And Cifuentes is on a yellow, so we're lucky he's not off. Evander for a free kick. Pretty good range. We're going to allow a goal. Knowing us, we're going to allow a goal. Hate to tell you, we're going to allow the goal here. Damn good game. We're going to allow one here. Just wait. Evander's going to pot one. He's going to pot one. Evander shot over the bar. Thank God. 93rd minute, 0-1. 7 minutes of stoppage time. He put it over the bar. Goal kick, Toronto. It's over the net. Thank God. Did I jinx him? I don't know. If I did, I'm glad. 94th minute. Nice. Free kick for Toronto. 94th minute. Take it slow. Take it, but take it slow. We're above Montreal with a win. And we're in a playoff spot with a win. So that's good. We're in 9th. We're in a playoff spot with a win. Stop the count! Stop the count! That's out for a goal kick for Celentano. 94-97. 3 minutes to go. 1-0 Toronto. 0-1 Toronto. Daniel Shallowy. Lord. 417. 94-17. Evander spins. Evander spins, dumps it wide, switches the play. 95. 94-30. Crawls. Header. Cleared. Shot. Blocked. 95th minute. Survive. Header. What Chisel Adonis references would apply to the situation? It's on. Well, it couldn't be 2 for your mistakes. Yoink. Header cleared. Shot blocked. Yoink. The fact they scored on the breakaway. It wouldn't be a Mick pick 6, but punched. Oh. Out for a corner. Free kick Toronto. Thank God. 96th minute. Lord. Gavrin got fouled. Free kick for Toronto. Fitting 20 years, Dikio scored the first goal of the club's history, third game for the first win. It takes the third game of the season to get the first win. All things have a story. I agree. All things have a story. Oh, and by the way, 96th minute, but all things have a story. Do we even have somebody with a number 24? Oh, shit. Headed out. Do we even have somebody with a number 24? No. 97th minute, 30 seconds to go. Corner for Cincinnati. Just get the ball. 15 seconds. Chipped. Cleared on. 10, 9. Out for a throw. Into the 7th minute. Whenever the ref wants to call it, he can. 9, 10. Full time! No, shit. Header. Blow. Yes! Full time! Toronto wins! 1-0. 3 points. Yes. 0-1 for TFC. They get the win. 0-1. They beat Cincinnati. In Cincinnati. Cincy are still frauds. What do you know? And if they can't beat Toronto, they can't beat Tigres. And I said win a big game / a tie. You ain't doing it. That's a building performance from Toronto. Yep. I think things are becoming more positive. As I said, this team was a playoff team on paper. Fraser I didn't trust, but Toronto did well. Daniel Shallowy with his first TFC goal. No rant tonight. No, we're happy. TFC attack and Gavrin coming through. So it wasn't Gavrin's fault, turns out. Turns out that our back line should have played 2 guys that shouldn't even play in the back line in the first 2 games. Turns out Gavrin hasn't really lost it. Turns out we were panicking. Not without reason, but, not without reason, but either way. Daniel Shallowy. There we go. Game-winning goal, Daniel Shallowy. Love it. Let's go. Yeah, but maybe he finally actually has a good team. An actual good team. But with that being said, there you go. TFC wins 1-0. That's what you want to see. The Rayo shifting when Etienne came on worked out. Yep. He actually... There you go. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Hit that hype button to get this in the algorithm. Hit that join button. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share it with the family. All that great stuff. I will see you within the hour for the review of this match. Toronto wins. Lord have mercy. Woo! 1-0. First win of the season, and it was a pretty damn good one. You love it. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. See you.